All right, welcome back. December 4th, they tell me. All right, so what you're looking at on the screen is, I believe, the format I'm going to use moving forward. So as you may recall, if you're a viewer of this channel, back in August of this year, I stopped doing monthly reports. And the reason why is we were adding securities to the list that we trade. And what that did was altered the size of the individual securities that we're trading and everything that goes along with that. So it muddied the water for further reports. And I said what I would do is wait till December. We're pretty much at the end of the year now. Not much is going to change. So what you're looking at here, with some caveats that I'm going to get into, and it's because of that securities addition that we did in the fall, that's muddied this view here a little bit. So this is the one-off near final with the caveats for 2025. And of course, from 2026, we'll be able to start this stuff off anew. So here are our returns by the securities that we trade. And I separate them by long and short trades. I just like to see the difference between the two. So you can see here, the S&P, we made gains both in our short and our long. And that's how this chart is read. So Bitcoin, we made some gains on the short side, lost a little bit on the long side. So this is the entirety, regardless of how many trades it done of these securities for the year. And you can see going across the chart. Now, what isn't accurate here? Well, I can tell you, this Russell short, we weren't trading the Russell until this past fall. And so we didn't make this. We actually got a short on the Russell within the last month and made some money, but we didn't make the majority of this. You can tell from our past videos this year, our gold longs, we had a number of profitable gold longs. I would say a large portion of this, we actually didn't make. This was, I don't want to call it an operational error. What I will call this is I was on vacation for a few weeks and coming back, and there was a holiday, and we missed the biggest trade of the year on that one. But cumulatively, we still made a lot of good money in gold, but we did miss that. NASDAQ, this isn't exactly correct. We didn't trade the NASDAQ technically until the fall again. So technically for the algo, we didn't make this. Now, most of us were long the NASDAQ with the S&P, so we made a certain amount on this. This is why I have to do little footnotes here for gold and NASDAQ and Russell. I think everything else is fine. That's the type of thing that I don't like to do, but this is why I stopped doing these monthly updates. Until now, I just fudge this thing at the end, explain the differences of reality versus this. And we'll just carry on because it'll be dead nuts starting January 2026. Another view that we're going to do is you don't see the path that these various securities took. So let's just take a look at this for another view we're going to get. These are our short trades. These are the securities. And this is the path that they took. So let's just take a look at something here. And it does help, because I have multiple colors and they all look the bloody same to me. So you can see this one right here. It's about plus 21%. This is the Russell. So let's just take a look at the Russell here. Short only. So the only short we took that means anything is the one right here. Okay, so none of this stuff, wherever it goes here, was what we made on the Russell. The only Russell short we took is, like I had mentioned, this one right here. Made a little bit of money on it. Right, so let's take a look, and we've done the same thing for the longs. Now this is more interesting because you're typically long a lot of this stuff way more than you're short. So the ES, that's this red one here. If you look back during January, February, March, you could see my ES longs were, we had lost some money, and then it just lost enough and it stopped out. All right, so it never got long the S&P again until the first week of May. Now, you'll remember this because of Two-Tick Nick, right here where he was saying get out of the market. You guys have know this because I've said it all year, is when our algo said, hey, no, get long. And here you are, it's right here. We made about 15% with a high watermark, something like plus 25. So very, very profitable. on the ES long. And the funny thing here is Two Tick Nick made none of this ever. The NASDAQ, technically the algo got long a little later. That's the blue here. Now, we didn't actually officially start trading this thing up until the last few months. So, that's arguable how much you got of this. But again, we won't have those problems in 2026. But the algo got long the NASDAQ a little later than that, and it ended up making more money anyways. This is why I added the NASDAQ. I always knew it was a better trader. You're going to be more profitable overall on the NASDAQ than you will the S&P. It's just the way it's been for just too long. And until that changes, if it ever does, I can't see it. You just stick with it. So this is why I added these securities. Gold, you can see we made money all year long. We stopped out, and it was right in here that we missed a lot of this. And then that gold drop, just let it run, let it run. If it comes down, just stop out. That's what you do, guys. Don't worry about this. Trust me, you've made money, leave it on the table and let it run. You're going to give back some. If you start trying to stick handle this fucker as it's going up, you're going to so underperform, you have to keep your fingers off the keyboards. That's the key. Keep your fingers off. Quit fucking around with it. It's fine. If you have an algo that's worth a shit, and yes, I realize no one does. I'm talking to you guys. You don't need to. It's right here. That's the whole point. Quit wasting your time. Whatever you do in life better than other people, or whatever you're doing in life in general, go do that. I've got you covered here. So this is the format we're going to take. I'm going to show you the path that it took, separate those by longs and shorts, and if that is too much of an annoyance to look at for you, we're just going to do some bar charts overall. All right, these are just the sums of all this crap. Right, but these are interesting to see. I will say that these are interesting to see because look at what happened. Something else I want to mention. We were long gold making money as we were losing money long the S&P. All right, the volatility is really cut down when you do this on a portfolio view versus individuals. That's why I like to show stuff like this, because this shows you what this doesn't. Now you can see we made a lot more gains than we ever did losses. But how was the volatility? Well, listen, I can put the shorts and longs together. I don't have that here, and that's how you would do it because that's a portfolio volatility. But even amongst the long trades only, you got some things that are losing or winning, gold, and some things that they lose enough and you just stop out. And you just keep going until the gold trade, in this case, stops for whatever reason. Probably went sideways. There's nothing going on. You're just getting chopped around. Just wait for it. You'll get a signal. And you're either going to be long gold or short gold. In this case, it was long gold. Okay, could have just as easily been the other way. Who cares? You've got a quality algo. It's going to catch it. Like I'd mentioned all year long, wherever the action is, you will find us there because that's what the algo does. That's why you see most of the lines above zero. And if they start going too far below zero, they just get cut off. They just get cut off. And Bitcoin. We lost some money overall trying to be long Bitcoin thus far this year. And of course, we made more on the shorts than we lost on the longs. There again, that's by design. That's what you want to do. So of course, I don't want to bury the lead, and evidently I have to this point. The return for the portfolio, the actual real returns, were something north of 65% for the year thus far. And again, if it changes 5% here or there, it could. Does it really matter? Okay, we caught everything this year. There is nothing outside of maybe just holding a gold from the beginning of the year that would have beat this. But an actual reasonable portfolio across various securities, now there's no chance. Okay, this thing absolutely killed it this year. Is it better than, I would say, average? Well, hell yes, of course. But this is the type of thing it does. It's going to be there when these type of gains are available to be had. So can we guarantee anything for next year? No, not at all. But I'm not worried about that. So make 2026 your best year ever in the market. Or at the very least, you're going to have your best shot at doing said best year you've ever had. Come on down here, patreon.com/Koyas Quantitative. Join for free to get some tidbits, but the reality is you want to get an actual membership, because it is with that membership that's going to get you these types of returns. I may do one more video before the end of the year, but if I haven't, I will see you here 2026. Don't delay. Don't hesitate. I said back in June and July on those free videos on my Patreon page that you're going to sit there and watch this and you're going to miss it. And most of you have done exactly that. Just don't make that mistake again. It's easy. Just resolve to finally do it. And we'll see you here